Last week I was browsing YouTube looking for videos, and I came across a video posted by KingdoMentality entitled Questions SDAs Don't Want You to Ask. There are 5 questions in that video, and each of the questions is supposedly a question that we as Adventists don't want anyone to ask us. I beg to differ. I disagree with the title. I think you should have maybe called it Questions that KingdoMentality thinks Adventists don't want people to ask, because it's basically your opinion. You've not spoken to all Adventists. You've maybe spoken to a few. Maybe you just assume that these are questions that we can't answer based upon your understanding of what we believe. I've watched a number of your videos to see what kind of things you've been saying. You've made quite a few videos questioning SDA beliefs. Some of them ask valid questions. There are others that seem to be based on your misunderstanding of what we actually believe, and sadly in at least one video you've kind of misquoted and twisted up certain quotes to make it seem as though Ellen White said something that she didn't actually say. So I think you should amend that video in particular. But going back to the subject at hand, your video, questions SDAs don't want you to ask, I decided to, because I believe that you maybe wanted us as Adventists to answer these questions, I decided to answer each of your questions in video form and tried to post them as responses, and waited a little while, and none of them were approved. And that's fair enough. If you feel impressed not to approve my video responses, that's up to you. I've got nothing against that at all. I decided to, out of curiosity, ask for the reason why. I'll read the text comment that I posted on your video entitled Questions SDAs Don't Want You to Ask. I posted it around 20 hours ago, so sometime yesterday. I'm wondering why you have not approved my video responses to each of your questions. SDAs don't want you to ask, quoting the video title. I went on to say, maybe wrongly, maybe this video should be called Questions KingdoMentality Doesn't Want to Be Answered, because that's how it seems. Joking aside, why have you not chosen to approve my responses? Now, I'm not attacking here. I'm genuinely interested in why KingdoMentality, why you don't want these videos connected to your video, because I genuinely believe that you may have wanted answers to these questions, that you might then be in a position to challenge my answers, and we could have a meaningful discussion to see who is wrong and who is right according to the scripture, because all of the videos were scriptural in the way that they were presented. And if you've got a disagreement there, then I challenge you, not in an aggressive way, to show me where I am wrong, and we can, let an it is written decide who is right and who is wrong. I'm just dealing with because of the reason I'm making this video is due to the fact that you have made a response that I would like to respond to, or you responded to my comment, and your response is something that I would like to respond to. I've tried to respond in comment form, but it seems either YouTube is playing up, or you've set it so that my comments have to be approved, and you maybe don't want to approve them. Maybe I'm wrong there, and it's just YouTube playing up. Let me read your comment and just address that quickly. Lasbo, I think that it's my choice, and it is your choice whether you approve videos or not. I don't argue with you there. Since you are an SDA, why would I support any false doctrine of the SDAs? Now let me deal with that portion of your comment first of all. You allowing my videos to be seen in connection to your video isn't a sign that you support SDA doctrines. For me, it's a sign that you support freedom of speech. I mean put yourself in my position. If a Satanist came and put video responses of why God did not exist on your channel, would you support it and put up the responses, or put the responses up? I wouldn't support what they say, because I wholeheartedly believe that there is a God. I would allow them to be, what should I say? I would allow them to be put up, as you put it, if they were respectful and didn't contain obscene or foul language, because it would be for me an opportunity to engage in a conversation with them, and maybe some good can come from the conversation. Your opinions are not a conclusion to the false doctrines you're only going. This is the latter part of your quote, and I'll start again. Your opinions are not a conclusion to the false doctrine. You're only going to twist the scriptures to mean what you want them to. Now again, if you believe that I'm twisting, if you're so confident that I'm twisting the scriptures to mean what I think they ought to, then challenge me on that, and let's have a discussion and see who is wrong and who is right. And ultimately, you and I aren't right or wrong. It's up to the Creator. He is the only one that is right, and His will is expressed in His Word. So when we lean upon His Word, we can't be wrong, because in a sense it's not us. So moving on, I think that you ought to call the video questions that Kingdom Mentality thinks SDAs don't want you to ask, because I could guarantee if I were to phone or contact an SDA in any way, shape or form, even now, they wouldn't have a problem with answering the questions that you ask. Even if it meant they had to go away and study to find the answer, they would do so, because I can speak from my own experience that we are willing to entertain questions, because as I've said earlier, I'm sure, if I haven't said it, I'm saying it now, it's an opportunity for us to share our faith. I'm hoping, Kingdom Mentality, that you've watched this video and that you consider the things that I've said,